Welcome back to SL Toons, the channel where we read classic comics cover to cover. Today we're looking at Dell Comics' Beany and Cecil issue number 1 from exactly July 1962. Now we're going to do things a little differently today. I'll be reading the story, but whenever the action's a little too big for a static page, we're letting the animation take over. Let's set sail. Before we get to the main adventure, you need to know why this comic exists. Beany and Cecil didn't start in comic books. They were created by legendary Looney Tunes animator Bob Clampett in 1949 as a live television puppet show called Time for Beany. It was so popular that Albert Einstein once allegedly stopped a meeting just to watch it. In 1962, Clampett turned the puppets into an animated cartoon, and this Dell comic was printed right alongside it to cash in on the hype. Everything's ship-shape. It's cleanup time aboard the Leakin Lena. As captain of this ship, I order that we clean up Beany. We'll dust the cabins. Cecil, you'll swab the deck. Aye, aye, Uncle Captain. Your wish is my command. I think I'll go up on deck and see how Cecil's coming along. He should be almost through mopping up. Cecil, you're supposed to be washing down the deck. I'm finished. But you only did half of it. This side is still dirty. This is the side I usually sit on. And if I don't mind the dirt, I figured nobody else should mind. Besides, my chair covers the dirt very nicely. Boy, what a sailor you are.
It's cleanup time aboard the Leakin Lena. As captain, I order we clean up. Beany will dust the cabins. Cecil, you will swab the deck.
Beany and Cecil in old paint. One fine day, Beany, Cecil, and Captain Huff and Puff decide to make a special trip on the good ship Leakin Lena. Beany is very anxious to reach their destination. Won't it be swell to see old paint again, Cecil? Sure will, Beany. Old paint is one of the world's greatest artists. His paintings are hung in the best museums. Captain Hufflepuff, how long do you think it will take us to reach Picture Frame Mesa? Should be there pretty soon, Beany. Leakin Lena is making excellent time. Ah, it'll be good to see some nice painting again. You know, in my time, I've been thought of as a very good judge of fine painting. Oh, come on now, Cecil. The only painting you understand is house painting. The three travelers laugh as Lena continues towards their objective. Ha 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 ha. Soon our friends arrive at their destination. Good old paint. What sense of humor. First he welcomes you, then he tells you to keep out. But old paint expects us. He wrote that letter saying he needs our help right away. Then I think we should push on to his studio immediately. We reach Old Paint's isolated studio. I'll never understand why Old Paint built a studio on top of that tower. All geniuses live in ivory towers, Cecil. Ah, my old friends, I'm so glad you could come. We'd never turn down an invitation from you, Old Paint. I really need your help. Something terrible is going on, and it could ruin my whole career. Don't worry about a thing. Tell us all about it. Someone is copying my paintings and selling them as originals. And the strange part of it is that the copies are being sold even before my paintings get to the dealer. Well, that's impossible. Someone would have to be watching you paint day after day, following every stroke of your brush. Otherwise, how could they be finished at the same time you finish a painting? But that can't be. Nobody ever knows what I'm painting until I send it to town, and I never let anyone visit me when I'm working. There's just one person who's clever and sneaky enough to pull something like this. You mean Dishonest John? But Cecil, Old Paint says that nobody ever comes here. How could DJ ever get close enough to see what Old Paint is painting? I don't know how he's doing it, Beany Boy, but I'll bet DJ is the villain. He's just nasty enough to try something like this. As usual, Captain Hufflepuff becomes very nervous when he hears the name Dishonest John. I think I'll go below to my cabin. I have a little headache. You'll have to excuse Uncle Captain. He always gets upset when Dishonest John's name is mentioned. But that's ridiculous. This is my latest and greatest painting. It's almost finished. Nobody else lives on this mesa within 10 miles of here. It would be impossible for someone to copy it. But Old Paint is wrong. Far away, hidden in the rocky hills, Dishonest John secretly watches our friends through a high-powered telescope. So the old fool has brought Beany and that silly sea serpent in on the case. This painting is almost finished. They'll never find me here. I can watch Old Paint finish his painting and then sell my phony copy before his even dries. If I could only hear what they're saying, then my trickery would be perfect. Wouldn't DJ be surprised if he could hear Cecil saying, I still say DJ is behind this whole thing. But how does he do it, Cecil? Beany Boy, if I knew the answer to that one, our problems would be over. Come to think of it, I sometimes do have the feeling that I'm being watched. Just then, the sun hits DJ's telescope, causing a bright flash of light. What was that, Cecil? Oh, just the sun reflecting on a piece of glass in the hills. The sun gives Beany a bright idea. That's it, a telescope. Somebody's watching us with a telescope. And I'll bet that someone is Dishonest John. We've got to catch the culprit. You fellows jump on my back and we'll go after him. Are you sure we're not too heavy for you, Old Paint? Don't be silly. When I was in the cavalry, I used to carry 2 men wearing full packs and going at full gallop. But DJ is ready for them. This will put an end to those troublemakers. With Old Paint gone, his work will be worth even more. It seems that the plan has worked. It looks like we're done for. But Cecil acts just in time and breaks their fall. I'm always getting wound up in my work. Thinking that his troubles are over, DJ goes to Old Paint's tower to take the original painting. Now I'll be rich. I may even buy a villa on the French Riviera and spend the rest of my days painting, just like Picasso. But DJ doesn't know that our friends have seen him enter the tower. He's in the tower! We got him now. There's only one way out of there. DJ is a little surprised waiting for him. Now I'm set for life. You mean you're set for life in prison, Dishonest John. Egads, fooled again. But Old Paint has other plans for DJ. Allow me. I used to be quite a hoofer in my time. Mission accomplished. Our friends sail off to other adventures. I guess DJ won't be bothering Old Paint anymore. Like I always said, Beany Boy, art triumphs over all.
He's in the tower! We've got him now! There's only one way out of there! I seen old buddy!
Table manners. One day at dinner time aboard the Leakin Lena, you made a very nice dinner, Uncle Captain. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Beany Boy. Hey, somebody give me the bread, will ya? Cecil, haven't you forgot something? Why, Beany, I don't know what you're talking about. Talking about your table manners, you know you're supposed to say please and thank you. Caw-caw! Caw-caw! What's the matter, Cecil? Have you ever heard of Emery Prost and etiquette? Can't say that I have. What team do they play for? Miss Prost is an expert on how people should behave, how to act when you meet new people, how to act at the dinner table, things like that. And if Miss Prost told you I didn't have good table manners, she doesn't even know me. She doesn't have to. We should always say please and thank you when someone passes something to us. These little words are very important. It's just common courtesy. Okay, I've heard enough. I'm having a nice dinner with a few friends. Then they tell me I don't show them enough courtesy. Oh gosh, what are friends for? You can't relax a little. You can relax with friends, but by showing respect to friends is the best way to keep those friends. Uncle Captain, I'm sure that Cecil was only saying those things to be funny. Beany Boy, I'm just a rude sea serpent. Maybe you'd better find yourself a new boy. Now, Cecil, you shouldn't get so upset. We wouldn't trade you for anything. We're your friends. We'll always love you. Beany's right, Cecil. We'll always want you and need you with us. Gosh, fellas, you really mean it? You still want me around? Cecil, I don't know what we'd do without you. Come on, Cecil, finish your dinner. Here's some bread. No, thank you. I couldn't eat a thing, Beany Boy. I'm too choked up with happiness. Alright, time for the big set piece of the issue. Crew is patching up the Leakin Lena for a cruise, but Dishonest John is lurking in the water below. Security leak. One day, Beany, Cecil, and Uncle Captain Hufflepuff discuss a very important matter. Uncle Captain, I think it'd be the best thing for Leakin Lena. I'm sure she'd love it. Why not, Beany? It's about time I sailed Lena on the ocean again. A little salt water will do her good. That's right, Uncle Captain. After all, she's as good a ship as any. One of the best. She's had too much fresh water lately. It'll be a good change for her. We could make her as seaworthy as ever. You'd be very proud of her, Uncle Captain. It couldn't be. Maybe that you're a wee bit afraid of the ocean yourself, eh? Maybe you get seasick? Nonsense. No sea captain worth his salt ever gets seasick. It's just that I'm worried about Lena. And any sea captain worth his salt spends at least a little time on the sea. Otherwise, he's really not a sea captain. Then he becomes a land captain. You realize that this will mean a lot of work for all of us. Scrape off paint, fix the sails, give her a new coat of color. Did you think you could handle it? Certainly we can. Besides, I always love an ocean cruise at this time of year. Everyone goes to work on Lena, getting her ready for the sea voyage. Banging nails, chipping off old peeling paint. Cecil adds his 2 cents worth. Soon the work is finished. Looks like new. Not a bad job if I say so myself. Now we just have to take her to the water. If I remember correctly, there's an ocean not far from here. We should head north. Soon they reach the ocean. Then comes the job of launching Lena. I knew it wouldn't be easy. Lena's opposed to it. She knows we're too far from the shore.
Looks like new. Now to the water.
Easy does it, Lena.
Big splash, done it!
But they finally get her afloat. Well, Uncle Captain, how does it feel being a seagoing sea captain again? It's a wonderful feeling, Beany Boy. I thank you for suggesting the idea. Don't mention it, Uncle Captain. It's a pleasure to serve under your command. Now we can all sit back and enjoy a peaceful ocean voyage. Cecil might not be so relaxed if he knew what is happening under the water near Leakin Lena. Dishonest John just couldn't stand to see things going so well for our friends. So they got her afloat, yeah. Well, soon I'll put a stop to that. And now I'll get rid of them all at the same time. Meanwhile, our friends are enjoying the sun and the sea. This is a life, not a worry in the world. The DJ has other plans for them. Now I'll just put a few new holes in Lena's hull. The air conditioning won't hurt her. DJ is right on target. The traffic down here is terrible these days. Safer to be in a fish market.
So they got her afloat, eh? Well, soon put a stop to that.
The lookout catches sight of the onrushing torpedoes. Call! Torpedoes off the starboard side. Hard a port. I think I'll go below. I can't stand torpedoes. But Captain Huff and Puff, you can't leave now. Your ship is in danger. You're right, Beany. My place is on the bridge. The dart scored a direct hit on poor Lena. Must be an enemy submarine. What enemy? I'll bet it's Dishonest John. He'd love to see us sink. I'll go below and see how much damage has been done. I'll go with you, and we'd better take along plenty of chewing gum to plug up the holes. Captain Huff and Puff sights the periscope of DJ's submarine. There she is, the enemy. Full sail ahead. We'll break her in 2. Beany, Cecil, come up on the bridge. We plugged up all the holes with chewing gum. Lena didn't take in too much water. Good, there's the sub. I'm gonna ram her. She can't do that. Lena's made of wood. The submarine is iron and steel. It'll do much more damage to us if we hit it. Don't worry about a thing, Beany Boy. You just get in real close to that sub, Captain, and then leave the rest to me. Oh ho, they're heading straight for me. Marvelous. Let them hit me. That floating matchbox will break into a million pieces. Cecil seems to have a plan. Just a little closer. What's he gonna do? Beats me, but it better be good. We're almost on top of that sub. Very tasty. Haven't eaten a thing all day. Nope. Cecil's plan works perfectly. Help! I can't see! Cecil's appetite saves the day. That was Dishonest John, all right. I'd recognize his scream anywhere. Without his periscope, he won't know which way to go. I guess he won't be bothering us for a long while. I'd like to sink my teeth into the rest of that submarine sometime. I bet it'd make an excellent dinner. Very tasty. You'll notice Dishonest John is in almost every story. He's the ultimate mustache-twirling villain. His famous catchphrase, "Nya-ha-ha," was actually voiced by Dawes Butler, the same guy who voiced Yogi Bear and Huckleberry Ham. Now on to Beany Uses His Head. One day on their way to market. I hope we get to the grocery store in time. Have you made up your shopping list, Uncle Captain? Our supplies are really low. If we don't get to the store in time, I'm afraid we won't have anything to eat tonight. I'm not worried. There's a good breeze blowing. Our sails are full. We'll make it in no time. Rip! but they can never tell what might happen aboard the Leakin Lena. What was that noise, Uncle Captain? I'm afraid to say, but that sound is unmistakable. It's the sails. Hey, who turned out the lights? This is very bad. Now we won't get to the store before it closes. You're right, Beany Boy, and I'm already hungry. Captain Hufflepuff, how bad does it look? Not good, Beany. Without our sails, we're stopped dead. How long do you think it'd take us to repair the damage? Depends on how badly the sails are torn. Might take hours to fix. Now let's get started. We don't want to be stranded out here in the middle of nowhere. I'll get the sewing kit. Everyone pitches in to get the job done. Help! I've sewn up the wrong hole! Soon the work is finished and our friends are underway again. We did it, Uncle Captain. We'll make it for sure. But the wind is too strong for Lena's tired old sails. Rip! There she goes again. Can't look. Just won't work. Looks like we're out of luck. Can't think of anything else to do. Just then the wind catches the propeller on Beany's beanie and starts it spinning. We'll just have to send for a tow truck. Hooray for Beany's beanie! The wind is spinning the propeller and we're moving again. I better stay right here with my back to the wind and let until we get to town. And Beany's beanie saves the day. Very interesting discovery. Propellers on top of a ship instead of underneath? Nice going, Beany Boy. That's what I call using your head. The Mistmaker. One day, for no apparent reason, the entire countryside is covered with trash. Bits and pieces of scrap paper are everywhere. Will you look at that? The beautiful countryside, and somebody's been throwing their scrap paper all over the place. Looks like one big waste paper basket. If you ask me, somebody ought to be given a good spanking for making a mess like this. It's a disgrace. Well, here comes the street cleaning department. I'm glad they're on the job. Doesn't that driver look familiar? Ooga! Come on, get that scowl off the road. Can't you see all that junk I have to clean up? It is Dishonest John. But how did Dishonest John manage to get an honest job? DJ continues his work. He's really doing it. He's cleaning up the dirt. Who knows? Maybe he's decided to go straight and clean up his own nasty life. It looks pretty suspicious to me. Let's go and ask him. They find DJ to be a perfect gentleman and dedicated public servant. Gentlemen, I am now an honest businessman. I discovered that I can make just as much money and still be a nice guy. When I saw the problem here, I offered to help them clean it up. You really mean that, DJ? I mean, you won't bother us or anyone else anymore. You'll be nice and friendly, just like everybody. I have seen the errors of my ways. All I want now is to do my work and be a nice man. I think that sounds very reasonable, don't you, Beany? I certainly do, but I'd like to know who's responsible for making all this muss. It's terrible. I agree. Naturally, it's good for my business when someone throws paper around. I think the police are looking for the culprit now. I certainly hope to catch him. I've been working day and night. I can't keep up with him. Well, you just keep up the good work. I'm sure the entire community appreciates what you're doing. And I guess we can't call you Dishonest John anymore. We'll have to call you Honest John from now on. It would be my pleasure if you would. I have always disliked being called dishonest. My dear little old white-haired mother would be very happy if she could hear you say that. Gee, Honest John, your mother can be very proud of you. Yeah, we didn't even know you had a mother. Tweet! Now I must get back to work. There's much to do. Maybe that Dishonest John will really be a nice man from now on. Well, I certainly believe him. He does seem sincere, doesn't he? It'd be very nice if we didn't have to worry about him anymore. Let's go into town and have an ice cream soda. We can celebrate having a new friend. And so our friends head to town happy in their thoughts. Look, fellas, it's DJ's office. Why don't we stop in and say hello? Clank, clop, clank, Sounds like he's pretty busy. Perhaps we shouldn't disturb him. We could look in through the window. I don't believe it. Of all the... Well, blow me down. Well, he really fooled us. Honest John, my foot. If they could only see me now with my machine grinding 50 bags of scrap paper a day, I'll get rich. At night I scatter the trash around. During the day I get paid to clean it up. What a racket. DJ is caught red-handed. Okay, DJ, the party's over. We got the goods on you. That's what you think. Dig your way out of that mess. but help arrives just in time. Whose boat is that outside? You're illegally parked. Oh, thank heavens, officer, you're just in time. Arrest that man. He's the mess maker. And to think we believed him. Next time we'll know better. A skunk doesn't change his stripes. Later on that day, justice works fast. It'll take DJ's months to clean up the mess he made. Only his dear little old mother could see him now.
Dig your way out of that mess! Oh, thank heavens, officer, you're just in time. Arrest that mess maker! Whose boat is that outside? You're illegally parked!
C6 Cecil. One lovely day. Oh, this is the life. You really love the sea, don't you, Cecil? What sea serpent in his right mind doesn't love the sea? The sun, the salt air. It's heaven. Wouldn't trade it for anything. Oh! Storm ahead! Storm hits and rocks the boat all over the ocean. What's the matter, Cecil? You don't look so well. Oh, my tummy. I'd give anything to be a caterpillar sitting under some nice steady tree right now. Oh, my tummy.
Ah, this is the life. You really love the sea, don't you, Cecil?
What's surging the sun, the salt air?
North Pipe. What? Here comes the compass, Captain. Compass? What kind of a sea captain would I be if I used a compass? I know the way with my eyes closed. Instinct, Beany Boy. Captain's instinct. Is your instinct going to get us off this rock now? Gee, Uncle Captain, I guess we'll just have to wait until the tide gets high again. This is most embarrassing.
Here's the compass, Captain.
Compass? What kind of a sea captain would I be if I used a compass?
Is your instinct gonna get us off this rock now?
And that is Beany and Cecil, issue number 1. A perfect slice of 1960s cartoon slapstick translated into ink, and today translated back into animation, as well as I could. If you like this hybrid comic reading style, or hell, if you liked anything that I do, hit the like button. Let me know in the comments what vintage comic we should bring to life next. Until next time, keep reading. And good night.